Hello and welcome to another casted game of Age of Empires 4. Spawning in the color orange, as is tradition at this point in time, we got the one and only, you know him, you love him even more. It's Core W, playing as the Chinese on Himeyama. And on the other side, he's infamous. Everybody knows him, everybody loves him. It's Cypher Doodlebug in the color green, playing as the Ayyubids. Cypher Doodlebug. Dude, he's been everywhere. Cypher Doodlebug, he's a... Okay, I'm solving the mystery right now. It's not actually Cypher Doodlebug. Actually, it might be the real Cypher Doodlebug. We don't know if that's always been his second identity. This is Puppypaw. Goated player in Age of Empires 4. And right now, I want to say firmly sitting in the top 4 when it comes to tournaments. And probably also in the top 4 when it comes to games on ladder. This guy is an absolute beast. Core on the other side, also familiar, of course, with the occasional giant, as he does from time to time fell those even on the ladder. So this is not by any means a one-sided game at all between these two. Core, he's been known to slay players like Beastie. I don't think he's slain Marine Lord yet, but to be fair, it's probably just because Marine Lord barely plays ladder at all. Slain players like Demu, Puppypaw, Wham, left and right. Core, he's a man that can do it all. And this one's going to be an interesting one. We're here on Himeyama, and we're witnessing the Chinese against Ayyubids. And already an interesting opening here for Chinese, as we got Core opening it up with double scout. And look at just how much vision he already has on the map. Hasn't found the greatest amount of sheep. 3 on this one, 6 on this one. Is going to find another one over there. Cypher Doodlebug, our resident Puppypaw sleeper here. Only found 4 at this point. There's still more to be had as well. And looks like Core is going right for that. The Chinese civilization, they got so much line of sight on the scouts in the Tang Dynasty. Tang Dynasty does give scouts additional line of sight, and Core is going to make full use of it here with the double scout play. So not only is this going to be great for transition into pro scouts, as you will already start off with 2 scouts that can immediately gather up deer. Oh my god, Core, he's going to find so many sheep in this game. But also, he's going for the no AO opening. That perfectly synergized with this one. I've played against this build before from Core. It's quite strong. It's pretty good. It's a nice double scout, no AO synergy that's going on here. Puppypaw behind this, he is opening up with the military wing reinforcement. That means that every 90 seconds, well, not every 90 seconds, actually every 120 seconds, he is gonna spawn a Desert Raider. Pretty good unit. It's got ranged, it's got melee attack, pretty nasty melee attack. It can switch between them. And you're probably not gonna say no to a free unit, I would suppose. I'm gonna quickly check. Where is Puppypaw Scout here at the moment? So he's actually only found these 4 sheep. Yeah, there's like no sheep remaining at all. Core, he's found them all. 14 sheep underneath the TC. That's kind of disgusting. And we're gonna take a quick look over at this scout, because this scout right now, this is a very, very sad scout. He went out all day to try and find sheep, trying to feed his family. And he comes back home with just rotten scraps at the end of the day. Unfortunate, unfortunate. But that's not a big issue for the Ayyubid. They're a berry civilization. They get berries. They don't care. Berries gather up faster than deer. They don't mind. Behind this, do we already have any upgrades coming in? Any particular upgrades at this point in time for Core? None quite coming through yet. Pro Scouts hasn't been researched. First Desert Raider is gonna be coming in soon. Core has at the very least scouted this A-Job wing here from his opponent. And he also sees that Puppypaw is very heavy on gold. 5 villagers already. So chances are that Puppypaw will probably go for Fast Castle A-Job now behind this. Typically that's with the economic wing growth, just because you get a ton of villagers with that, and you also further increase the amount of berries that you have per berry bush from 350 to 450 as soon as you place the mill down. Puppypaw doesn't actually conserve his berries at the moment. He's just gathering through them. It could also be the Culture Wing logistics. You can get 3 dervishes that permanently AoE heal, and you can just immediately vacuum up all the relics around the base, around the map. It's pretty disgusting. Core behind this, double horseman opening, is going to allow him to deal relatively easily with this Desert Raider, as the Desert Raider is still a ranged unit, does have that ranged unit tag. Oh, Core. Nice little bait there. Is not going to fall for the charge onto the scout. Desert Raiders still deal quite nicely with the horseman. So yeah, Core is going to have to be careful, but Desert Raider is going to go down here. Second one isn't too far off though. Only 40 seconds remaining. And Core's actually, he's almost destroying it. Oh no. He's almost destroying the mining camp. Oh. It's going down. He destroyed it. Cypher Doodlebug without a mining camp, getting caught slacking. He does have wheelbarrow, so the next drop-off is still going to be enough for the age up. But he's gonna have to remake that mining camp here. Oh, can he get the scout? Can he get the scout? One more hit. Gets the scout. Important vision denial. Making a little bit of food, and age up is gonna get economic wing industry. Puppypaw. What are you doing in this game? He's going industry wing, 800 wood and 400 stone that he gets upon completion. That is enough for a TC. 1.5 TCs pretty much. If he gets like a little bit more stone in, he can just immediately drop double TC with the age up. Puppy just playing with his food? I'm not so sure if he should. Because sometimes, you know, it's like with a pineapple. You eat the pineapple also eats you at the same time. Behind this, Pro Scouts is thoroughly active, so lots of food is now going to be coming in for Core, and that really limits Puppypaw's options here in this game when it comes to food. Puppypaw also moving out, back again onto the gold. Wants to get an outpost up. These horsemen are kind of battered and bruised up at the moment. Core, does he realize? Does he realize what's going on here? He does see it now. But there are enough villagers and the horsemen are weak enough, so... chances are he is still gonna get a villager kill. And he's also gonna kill the Desert Raider. Horsemen still there, they're so weak right now. You can just look at them wrongly and they're gonna go down. Villager is gonna go down as well though, so Core able to pick up a lot of villagers and kill 2 Desert Raiders so far in this game. Definitely not a bad spot for him to be in. He does also know that the age up is still coming in for Puppypaw. And we're gonna have to see exactly what Puppypaw is gonna do with this economic wing industry. Something that is important to note here, Core is taking away the deer from his opponent. So outside of the berries and the shoreline fish, Puppypaw won't have a lot of good food sources here going for him. And Horseman once again returning. They haven't had enough yet, but Desert Raid is also coming out again. Core actually heavily investing into Horseman again. That feels very risky considering your opponent now has the ability to, you know, makes a certain unit that deals very nicely with that. We do see now a switch up into the barracks as well. So it makes a lot of sense. Horseman might be able to pick up another Desert Raider. Behind this, Puppypaw, not just the second TC, but also immediately the double mosque play behind this. First Camel Lancer also coming out here for him. Desert Raider, is he gonna survive? Is gonna survive. Picks off a Horseman there as well with the outpost. Call behind this, now also looking for his own age up. Actually gets a Barbican up on his gold first as well. Just to make sure that he's gonna be safe there. Deer still getting picked up behind this. Shift clicked also onto... Is he actually... Yeah, he is shift clicking over here as well. So yeah, he's just gonna pick off all the deer here. And that is super important for him. First Camel Lancer is moving around over here. Where's he moving on to? Just to an attack move as well onto the sacred side here. Now maybe moving on to... Yeah, behind the base of Core. Core, though, he doesn't have to be too afraid here at this point in time. There's still no archery range or anything like that out from Puppypaw. He is just now making his first dervish, and now the archery range goals are coming in. I'm very confused when it comes to like calling out who is ahead and who isn't at this point during the game. It's very tough for me to say. Because on one hand, China economy just is good baseline, Core killed villagers. But on the other hand, it looks like Core actually had some idle time on his own TC. As he so only had like 2 villagers considering he killed 4. And he has made Imperial officials, so there must have been at least some idle time on the TC. Camelancer doesn't have any upgrades going for himself, so is actually taking some heavy damage there from the TC. Needs to be careful with that. Behind that, these deer haven't yet been really picked up by Core. Oh. Picks off the first Camelancer there as well. Relic so far, first one, is being brought back. Core does notice this now. Should also really work on getting the last deer pack in as well. Now these villagers can go back to work again. There we go. Scouts, unfortunately, not known for their incredible base damage. They actually have so little damage that the camel on ease, instead of giving them -1, it gives them +1. Wait, actually? Do they actually do 2 damage? Instead of just 1? Let's check. Let's check. Is that actually what's happening here? I mean, I know relic math is really bad, but that is something else. I gotta see that. Instead of doing, like, they do +1 damage? 101 HP on this dervish right now. Next hit. They do 2 damage! Wait, no, the other one did 1 damage then. They do 2 damage! They do 2 damage! No way! No way! What? I've never seen that before. Camel on ease, buff scouts. Wait. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I'm taking it back. I'm taking it back. Core had +1 damage upgrade. And it turned it from 2 damage into 1.6 damage. So instead of negating the +1, it turned it into a red +1. That would have been fun. Guy, come on. You were sold on it as well. Everybody was sold on it. Everybody was sold on it. Don't tell me otherwise. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. We do have the Spearman defending over here. Still Puppypaw. Looks like he is going to be getting most of the relics in. A-drop has been reached at this point in time for Core, though. Is now pumping out crossbows and spearmen. But this army composition from Puppypaw, it's a very solid counter against this. Archers and Camel Lancers together are extremely strong and kind of overbearing. Mainly because there's actually a bug at the moment with Camel Lancers. When a Spearman braces, the Camel Lancer doesn't get stunned. You see, he immediately attacks. Usually, when cavalry gets stunned by a Spearman brace, they aren't able to attack immediately. Camel Lancers are immediately able to attack and move. Which is why you can kind of like just charge in. The Spearman is gonna be stunned after the brace. The Camel Lancer isn't. It's because the camel, not a horse. Thank you. Yeah, true. For those of you who are wondering, we are also streaming on Twitch live at the moment, twitch.tv/CrackedyHere, in case you wanna catch us live as we do cast these games. I'm gonna try and keep chat interaction to a minimum though, as I don't want to confuse our poor YouTube audience here behind this. We also got some nice walls coming up behind this for Puppypaw. Some good old whamming going on here behind this. So he's gonna be able to close off the map, pretty much. First couple of farms have already come in. And Core, is he able to at least get 1 relic in? He's trying to, at the moment. Scouts getting taken down by the archers. Still has a lot of scouts remaining. Puppypaw is picking up the remaining couple of deer here. I mean, that's still like 5 deer. That's totally worth it. That is totally worth it. Scouts? Wait. Never mind, it's not all scouts. There was a lancer as well. Killing 2 villagers. Alright, so economy even, considering that Puppypaw has been on 2 TC for like the last 5 minutes. That's pretty good. And Core, he's got a lot of resource at the moment. He just needs to get the units out. Puppypaw now behind this, also investing into some Ghoulam. So a lot of units coming out from both sides. Core, Palace Guards, Jugunu, Crossbows, Spearmen, a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. Anything but cavalry, because of course you do always have to deal with that camel on ease, which, you know, makes it kind of hard for you to really justify going into cavalry. Camel Lancer barely scrapes by. Scout. Well, it's not a scout, it's a Lancer, but yeah, not able to get the pick off there. Core at the moment does have a good military count. He still has a good amount of food remaining under his TC, but he will have to go on the aggression here relatively soon. Puppypaw, he's just doing his best at the moment to completely wall off the map. Core just now starting as well with some walls. But double sacred sites locked in behind this, and 4 relics as well, so Puppypaw, he's got a solid, just completely passive gold income. We take a look, no villagers on gold at all behind this. He's getting 600 gold per minute. That is very, very strong for him at the moment. Or he needs to take a fight before the deer run out. Because after the deer run out, he's going to have to transition over to berries, and that's when his income is going to be lacking quite a bit. Puppypaw trying to take the shoreline fish behind this. He's got really solid food income, actually better food income than Core. The overall income is just looking very, very solid here. And now, Siege coming in, the Manjanic. This is also a natural choke point that he will have to be very careful with. Looks like Core potentially saw the Manjanic, decides to pull back here for the time being, instead of pushing through. There aren't any crossbows at the moment out here for the Ayyubid players, so just a mass Palace Guard play could prove pretty deadly here. Golems, of course, they do also do additional damage to Palace Guards compared to normal men-at-arms, as Palace Guards have less melee armor. And they are quite tanky, but they're not as tanky as Abbasid men-at-arms. They don't have that additional 40 HP that they get with the bootcamp upgrade. Knight over here is gonna go down. Mangonel is getting into position. Gets a not so great shot off, considering just how clumped up the units were there. And is gonna get taken down. Units here, tanking up the front line. Dervishes trying to out-heal, but Core, he's taking a good fight at a good timing now. And this front line of archers isn't able to quite hold up against this now. Crossbows, keep pushing in. There's also a good amount of Shugunu in there, behind all of this. Shugunu being microed onto the archers. Meanwhile, the crossbows taking down all the armored units. Core is taking an amazing fight here against Puppypaw. And this is looking kind of dire now for Puppypaw. He doesn't have any military units remaining. Food is really low on him. He's only on farms right now. Doesn't have any stone either. He only has gold. Needs a market maybe to trade out for some additional food now. He's struggling. Additional mansion. He comes in. Core, why are you pulling back? No. Puppypaw, in this situation, now sending a ton of villagers over to stone. He needs a keep up in his base. He needs a siege. He needs to defend himself. Core, why are you pulled back? He's doing a farm transition behind this. Moving out to his own berries as well. There is still the Sacred Site victory condition active behind all of this. Manjanic, but Core has got more than enough units here. Just needs to micro his army onto his opponent's army, and then he'll be fine. Fight comes in. Shugunu do great damage against the Manjanic. Manjanic goes down. Frontline getting decimated as well. Core in a great position here. Just needs to push through. He's getting stuck on the buildings. Pushes in further. Attack with ranged units. Sometimes being really annoying. Focusing the buildings instead of the units that are in the line of sight. Core now pushing in further. Pushing in deeper. He smells blood. And he's out for Puppypaw's life now, as he pushes in deep. Villagers have to get idled out. Jugunu remaining onto the archers. Camel Lancers Not gonna be enough. And the Shigunu getting some great hits in. Trading out against the archers. Puppypaw's entire economy is here in the back line. That's a lot of spearmen that could be used at the front line. Puppypaw has just about enough resource now for a keep here in the back of his base. But the entire front side could be forfeit now. Stone should be coming in. Keep will likely get dropped back here. And more villagers going down. No keep coming in yet. There it is. That's the keep. That's a panic keep if I've ever seen one. Doesn't actually protect the wood line in the back though. More units coming up, but it's 45 military to just 10. And core. It looks like he's doing it. Rams now also coming in from him. He's gonna take down the infrastructure. Cypher Doodlebug. He moved out to the shoreline fish, already depleted the first one there. Core now moving out to stone. He's got his farm transition going. At least 12 farms over here. That is out on the berries. That's still very good food income for him. Meanwhile, on the other hand side, Puppypaw not looking so hot. Villagers moving out to other resource here. More archer ranges coming in. He's spamming out these archers, but there's still Jugunu remaining. And of course just goes into mass palace guards now. There's not a lot that Puppypaw can do. Doesn't look to be on his agenda for the time being though. More rams coming in. First production building now going down. And the infrastructure is starting to suffer. Sacred sites have been decapped on both sides. Lots of villagers gathering the berries over here. Dervish is kind of scouting that out. And we do have a Desert Raider. Desert Raider. Usually I would say, sure, the villagers, they can just fight. But the Desert Raider has so much melee armor, villagers barely tickle them. If it was just the horsemen, sure. The Desert Raider changes that up though. Another Manjanique now coming in. Where's Core's military production behind this? Where I'm missing a significant amount of palace guards. He does have 8. 8 is not a bad number. Puppypaw right now, he's only spamming out archers. I mean, sure, buildings are going down here. Puppypaw still probably feels fine behind us. We now got a single Lancer going for some raids. It's some good damage that Core can do here. And he's also taking down a lot of these buildings by Puppypaw. He's on 2,000 wood per minute. He probably doesn't mind. He can easily afford reinvesting into these buildings. Core, he's walking up. He's going to try and take down the Manjanique. It's getting pulled back, though. Manjanique getting pulled to the back. Has to be careful, of course, to be so careful here with this fight. Still takes it. Military numbers are starting to somewhat equalize between them. Palace Guards now at the front side, though. Oh, that's a great hit from the Manjanique. Manjanique should eventually start to go down now, though. It does go down. And the front line is now gone for Core. He still has a lot of income, though. He should be still in a great position when it comes to remassing and taking this fight again. There aren't any units inside of this TC. Which means that the TC isn't really contributing to these fights right now. Where's Core's military? He still has like a lot of units out there. They're just not where they need to be right now. Rams are starting to get slowly taken down. Monastery's getting rebuilt, and Core, he's actually invested into a lot of religious units, but he doesn't have the map control inside of Puppypaw's base anymore in order to try and snipe these relics out now. Now reinvesting into the Jugunu. Core, he's floating so much economy. And Puppypaw, he still has a villager lead behind all of this. Farm transition for him now complete as well. This is kind of crazy. Puppypaw, he's rebuilt all of the houses just further out. Monastery coming out again as well. And the mass archer play. I mean, Mameluke's bravery gives them an additional 2 damage. That's pretty good, right? That is pretty good. Oh no, Core. He might get caught out here. He might just get caught out here. Oh, this could be dangerous. This could be so dangerous. Where's Core's military? It's nowhere nearby. Core. Oh, he needs to run. He needs to run. He pulls all. He pulls it all. Puppypaw sees the units moving out. The majority of the villagers is going to be able to make it to safety. The minority, though, not so much. And Core, he doesn't have the military in order to really deal with this right now. Stonewall's coming in. But it's against Ayyubids, though. Oh, this segment isn't being built at all. This at least gives Core's army time to arrive. No, it doesn't. Not really. Another segment of walls gets put up. Villagers run to the back. Does Core have enough to clean this up, though, is the question. It's not the majority. It's not everything that Puppypaw has. Core can clean this up. Core can clean this up. Put the spears in the back. You don't want to have the spears attack first, because then the veteran archers can get the bravery upgrade. Oh, he's through. Puppypaw, he's through. He's just gonna go to the back now, try and kill villagers. Villagers he's gonna kill. Core, it's time to just send the villagers inside. Take the losses. But at least demolish the army here from Puppypaw. The archers are getting completely decimated. Now the military count is even. And Core, in theory, has the better army. With the Shuganu and Palace Guards against the mass archers. And only a handful of Gulams at this point in time. But his economy is actually just crippled. This is unbelievable. Like, this early farm transition here has helped Core so much behind this. Well, not Core, Puppypaw, excuse me. More units are getting idled. And this is a big issue because he's got the Shuganu. His army is moving with 1.12 tiles per second. He has to pull all the villagers from the food area, from the farms. There are a lot of units inside of this transport ship. Being transported over? That's a couple of palace guards, but yeah, at this point in time, Puppypaw is thoroughly back in this game. Thoroughly back in this game. The farm transition has been made. Core, he had a great timing. He had such a great timing, but the lack of the farm transition and the lack of commitment with the military when he had the chance. Now Puppypaw just has so many units out on the map. Archers barely cost any food, but wood he had plenty. Wood he had absolutely plenty, and more whamming coming in now. Wham walls being put up by the brother. By Puppypaw. Little raid here. It feels like at this point in time probably doesn't matter as much anymore. The second TC has paid off for itself more than enough. Core at 109 food per minute. Meanwhile, Puppypaw at 2.7k food per minute. The villagers just too busy running around here. A lot of farms now getting put up, but it just feels like it's a little bit too late. At this point in time, Puppypaw is about to click up to Imperial Age. And indeed, Imperial Age gets clicked. It's gonna be advisors as well. The Adabex plus 20% HP, and GG gets called. Core taps out. It looked so convincing. It looked so convincing, but then the follow-up, it just wasn't there. And Core, he's gonna get beaten in this one. Cypher Doodlebug, Puppypaw, able to come back from a clutch situations. Looking at the resource gathered, there was a great timing here, and then it just suddenly started to shift more and more, and we can see here where the farm transition just helped so much. Take a look at the food income here at the end. Considering that at the end there isn't that big of a difference, that just really goes to show how much food gathered Core was ahead earlier on. Take a look here. We can actually see this now. Food gathered, Core was incredibly far ahead at this point in time. Just too many spearmen. Not enough palace guards there at the end. GG gets called there by Core. Fellas, if you enjoyed this game, maybe leave a like on the video. It does help out a lot here on YouTube. Helps me out here with the traction as well. If you want to see more content like this, maybe also consider subscribing so you get notified whenever we do upload here on YouTube. Maybe also check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/CrackedyHere, as I do tend to stream live every now and then. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good one.